What's up people, man, right here coming to you with another unboxing and assembly video of the Acrylic Ikea top. So here we go. This is the box that came in. The dimensions are listed right there if you guys are interested, and the UPC code and the item code is also right there. I think this was available at Ikea for about 40 bucks. So let's go. And to unbox it, I turned it upside down, and then I'm actually just using a knife and going through the side. And this is fairly easy. It's glued on, but I'm able to just open it up with my hand. And as you can see, it comes right off. There is a little bit of paper that is left that you can just go through with your finger and get it out of the way. So that's almost done opening. And here we go. This is where the magic happens. And voila, it is open. Right now it doesn't look impressive, but trust me, when I'm done with it, it's going to have a lot of items. It's going to look cool. So here we go. And I did open it up, and it does come with quite a few items. And the previous unboxing that I did of the hammer and the other tools, that is definitely going to be needed in this. So the box has been unpacked. There are quite a bit of items in it. I'll say it is going to take about an hour to get this done. So pace yourself, don't rush this through, and be very careful when you're handling this because they are all finished surface items. You don't want them to get scratched or dinged. And this is all you need. You need a hammer, you need a Phillips head, and you need a flathead screwdriver in this. And for all you mathematical individuals, these are the items that are there, or these are the number of screws that you need to screw around with. So be ready, it's going to be a long time. And I didn't even count the total number of nails. This is one bag, so that's also going to be needed, I think, to secure the back plate of it. Alright, so once you've got all the items out, turn the two big boards upside down so you have the holes facing towards you, and get these 5 screws per board. And there are total going to be in total 10, and you do need a Phillips head screwdriver to screw these in and screw them in the corresponding hole, which are going to be listed right here. Make sure to screw them in the right hole because there are other holes also, you don't want to mess them up. Alright, the screws are in place. This is how they look like, and they are matching the instruction thing. So moving on to the next phase. Alright, this step was slightly confusing, but after going through the schematics, I did take a look that when you're initially screwing it in, have the arrow side up and screw it in the number 3 spot. Once that is done, when the first screw is in, push the railing forward and arrow facing outward behind this area. So this side and the arrow should be facing backward, and then line up this hole and screw that in also. And use these small countersink screws on this. And on the middle piece, make sure the arrow is pointing towards the finished surface, which is right here, because you need to put this railing on both sides. Now all we need to do is take the the wooden peg things, stick them in here, and then we can drive these things right into it. And they already have countersink holes, so this should be fairly easy. And pro tip, use the rubber mallet hammer that I unboxed the last video, and the unfinished surface of everything should be matching with each other, and the finished surface should be a front. And there is going to be a little bit of an overlap lip kind of a thing, and that is intentional. That is the design of the item, so don't get too freaked out about it like, oh no, I didn't line it perfectly. Trust me, it is lined perfectly. Alright, now this is how the front should be, all of them. The finished side is facing forward. All the arrows are pointing towards the finished side. That's the way that you can know that you did it properly. If not, this will be the perfect time to undo it. And trust me, mistakes happen. Make sure to undo it right now because it's a lot easier to take care of it right now. Alright, ran into another issue where we need to put in these square nuts things, and it says the number, but there is no number listed on any of the parts. The easy way that I found out was, in total, the big ones, we're going to have 10 of these, and these we're going to have 4 of these. So these are the ones that we need to use on this step. Again, the big ones, the big catch on bolt things, they are the ones that we need to use when we're installing. And the arrow thing that you see on the top, that needs to go and sink in when you're putting it. That way when you tighten it, it locks onto it. So and we can use a flathead screwdriver, we can also use a Phillips head. I think Phillips head is going to do fine on this one. And this we're going to be connecting on 4 pegs on this one, one on the bottom on this one, and then 2 more on that one. And to get that done, all you need to do this is face the arrow thing down and just push it right through, and it will fit right in. As you can see, it goes right here and it's done. And then go in the direction of the arrow with the screwdriver to lock it into place, and you will see the gap going away. And tighten it as much as you can, only with one twist. Don't over tighten it, because otherwise it's going to rip the whole thing out. Alright, I did install the wooden pegs in the middle, 2 in the middle, 2 on the side, and 2 more on the other side. And now the top part of it is going to be flipping over and getting connected to the side. And again, the finished surface needs to be up front, so keep that in mind. Make sure not to have an unfinished surface facing one way. And let's go. I did put them in, and now I do need to put the remaining bolts underneath it and tighten it up. This is going to be a little bit tricky because they are connected way on the bottom right there, and it's a pretty tight fit, it's a pretty snug fit, but it has to be done. So let's go. And now comes the fun part. I just installed this plate, I just dropped it in, so it can be just lifted in. Both the sides are unfinished. Considering these are not going to be visible to anyone, that's not a problem, and it fits snugly. I will say this just fits perfectly, so that tells me this thing is square and it's plumb. So now all I need to do is take the nails and put them in. And always remember to start from the edges. So do the first 4 edges first, that the item is secure. And be extremely careful when you're tapping this in, because you don't want the hammer to hit this part, otherwise that thing is fragile, it's going to break up. Alright, phase 1 is done, everything is installed, everything is looking good. There are no nails protruding from the back going in, so I did a pretty good job, I will say. Now it's going to be time to assemble the benches. Or not the benches, sorry, the inside inserts that go in the front of it. So here we go, let's go. Alright, in this one we're going to be using the long screwdriver things, and we're going to be putting one on front. So this one, the guard railing thing, leave that empty and plug this or screw this thing in this, and this is the front drawer disc thing of it. And now we're going to be connecting this thing, and make sure the top portion of the side drawer is facing inwards. Again, this thing should be on the outside, and this cover thing should be on the top. Make sure not to sink this thing like this, because if you do, as you can see, there's going to be a big problem. So make sure to get the right part, make sure to get the right section. That way the top is here and the grooves do line up. That's going to be a key. The grooves have to line up. And now we're going to be putting in the smaller ones, and these should be 4. Fortunately they gave 5 of them, so I guess I'll have 1 extra. Alright, now we can put the backplating in. And the backplating, the front edge is going to be a little bit grooved, so make sure to put that in. And make sure the white side is facing inside rather than the outside. Just line it up on the grooves on the side, on both sides, and just slide it right in. And now to install the backplating. Backplating, I did notice that there is going to be a little bit of a give. So connect this, put this on the top, just slide it in like this. And once you do, put it a little bit angle and just slide it. There's a little bit of a give, so make sure to use that to your advantage and then snap it in. And voila, that actually just fits like a glove. I just had to move it just a little bit. I didn't go too harsh because remember we have the screws on the bottom, otherwise they would have torn up. So now that is in. Now to secure the back part of it, we're going to be using these plastic screws, and they do have bendable things or grooves, so just hammer it very carefully, gently. Alright, what I did notice is on the diagram they want you to lay it flat on the surface and then do it. I found that if you put it straight up, any give or any momentum that might be taking place from the bottom does get mitigated directly to the ground, and there's a little bit of a push. So put it this way, make it stand it straight and then knock it in. Alright, that's 1 down. Now we need to do the same thing for the other one, because again this is going to have 2 shelves in the front. And this is the finished product. No, I'm kidding. Now I need to just connect these in the inside railing, and this project is going to be done, so stand by. Alright, what you will have to do is we'll have to go in and take this front plate thing that is inside out and don't push it all the way in. Push it right to the point where the hole that is there, I'll try to zoom in, where that hole that is there just is visible right there. As you can see, the color is changing right there. That's the magic point. That's where the magic happens. So line it up, and once you line it up, all you have to do is screw it in using the round screw things that they provided, and that'll be it. All right, one down, one more to go. Oh, I need to screw it in completely. Sorry, hang on. All right, that was a minor hiccup, but that went through. All right, I did notice that there is going to be a little bit of a give when you're initially closing and opening it. That is intentional. That way the desk just does not open at random. And once it does, it's going to actually just click right here. And all you have to do is just push it slightly, and boom, it closes. It's automatically almost like a safety feature. I don't know whether you realize this or not, but there was a few issues where IKEA items were dropping. So I think this is one of the safety features that they implement. Alright people, this is the finished project, and I'm going to be mounting it a little bit later on, and these are the mounting instructions. Just be very careful when you do it. And total amount of time it took to get this done was no more than half an hour to an hour. Pretty easy, pretty quick project. Again, questions, comment, please leave them in the video. I'll make sure to reply back to you. Alright people, as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.